everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Courtney and I provide violin and singing videos. Today we're going to talk about how I got started learning the violin back in 2020. So you know it's 2024 now and this video is being posted a little bit later, but I wanted to share the information in case any of you are out there thinking, oh, I want to start playing this instrument, but I don't really know how to go about getting it, how to go about finding a teacher, how much it's going to cost me, and all the little minute details that you might not find particularly clear on Google. So I'll help you out today. I was pumped to get my first violin and I found a local violin, viola, and ukulele shop. I rented from them. I still rent from them to this day. They are fantastic people, super kind, very willing to help and provide details. Most recently, on my 4-year rental, I believe it was, the most nice, wonderful woman spent like 2 hours talking to me about the instrument. And I learned things about the violin I had not known, like the fact that a bow can cost upwards of $9,000. $9,000. Which is crazy. So I was grateful that she let me try out a few different kinds, but my bow rental is included in the rental price for my violin every year because I went, ooh, I can't pay for that. So lots of details like that. Find a local shop if you can that have really nice people that'll help you out and find a wonderful violin for you to get started.
Quick interjection here to share my business, THEATREVERSE, with you. I have a shop that offers products for actors, musicians, and artists, and I'm always adding more. Currently, I sell star cards or affirmation card decks, like the most popular rehearsal deck, which is shown here. I also sell a Juliet deck for any Shakespeare lovers out there, and cheaper printable digital card decks, along with candles and merch will be coming very soon. So check out theatreverse.com and help support an actor musician. Thanks so much.
According to my shop, and this might be the case for others, violins run from level 1 to level 10, and every year you have to either stay at the same level or move up a level. And each level is more expensive. But level 1 for me starting out was about $200 for the year. And this last year, this 4th year that I've rented, which is a level 4, I kept the same instrument that I had last year. Total for me was something like $320. So very reasonable in terms of an annual price. And then repairs, anything that goes wrong with your instrument are free or included with my annual rental at this local shop, which is super helpful because there are things that are involved with your violin, right? Your chin rest, your shoulder rest, your bow and your rosin, the instrument itself, and the strings. And there might be something else I'm forgetting, but those are sort of the main elements of the instrument. And so being able to have free repairs throughout the year, if anything pops or dents or falls off,
oh no,
then that's kind of a nice amenity. On their website, they mention that it's rent to own equity. So I'll quote the website here. For every year you rent an instrument with us, you build up equity towards purchasing the instrument you are renting. 100% of your yearly rental fee, excluding tax, can be applied toward the purchase price of your instrument. For example, if you rent an instrument for $200 a year before tax, you are accumulating $200 each year toward the purchase of that instrument, which is super exciting, which means that over the years, you'll accumulate that money so that someday you'll have enough to have your own violin. And obviously, once you own the instrument on your own, that will be your own responsibility. But it's really exciting that this shop does that. They were also kind enough to give me a list of teachers that they have in the local area, and that's how I found my teacher. I worked with her over Zoom during the pandemic, and I still do sometimes, although now a lot of times I work with her in person, which is just more fun. So if you're in need of a teacher yourself, ask your local violin shop. It's highly likely that they have a list of teachers on hand. Now you may be wondering, should I get a teacher? Do I need a teacher? I actually ran into somebody who was going to try and learn via YouTube videos, but I definitely think it is absolutely 100% necessary that you do work with a teacher, at least initially for the first year of learning the instrument. But it's going to take about 9 years plus to become an expert at the instrument.
Really?
In my opinion, absolutely yes. Now, like I said, I worked with my teacher over Zoom for the first year and beyond a bit. It does not have to be that you learn in person with a teacher, but having a teacher is absolutely essential with the violin, in my opinion. The violin is truly one of the hardest instruments to learn, so I've heard, not having played all the instruments in the world. But but you definitely do not want to create bad habits or learn incorrectly. That would really create more problems down the road. Now, I will say you may eventually feel like a specific bow hold is personal to you and you found that works best for you, and that might be the opposite of what a teacher teaches you, but most of the technique will be best learned by an extremely knowledgeable teacher. So in my opinion, be humble and get yourself a teacher. Now, if cost is prohibiting you, then find a teacher who has a sliding scale fee. A lot of teachers do that nowadays, and work with them initially and then go on your own at some point. In my experience, I do believe that the beginning is the most crucial part of your learning process. It's honestly really frustrating. I dealt with so many squeaks and I felt really bad for my upstairs neighbor who had to hear all of the bad noises for really like years as I slowly improved. But the violin is one of the most beautiful sounding instruments, and I love that it correlates to my soprano singing. So overall, I really love it and I feel it's really helpful to learn. Yes, I am in 2024. However, going way back, I did peter out in 2022. I took about 5 months off.
Everything hurts. Running is impossible.
And I made a YouTube video about returning after 5 months. And I was on and off in 2022 and 2023. Now, I just performed in a play. I wrote music and I challenged myself to perform fiddle and play guitar as well, which is really new for me. So that was a wonderful experience. That was awesome to get back into it and to force myself to have a really solid goal to play for. I am gonna make another video about how to stay motivated to practice, because one of the really important things is that you are clear on what is motivating you and how to stay motivated. And so those have been things that I have been focusing on and thinking about, knowing that I have already had multiple periods of time when I was not staying consistent with my practice. And that's something that I would like to do going forward. So there are so many factors involved, right? Like, do you have the finances to pay for lessons? Do you have the availability to have the lessons regularly, whether it's over Zoom or in person? Do you have the time and the space to be practicing? And then do you have a clear game plan moving forward for what the practices are going to entail? All of that and more. If you follow along, subscribe, and leave a comment for me below here. If you have any questions about what we discussed today, and you're interested in finding your own violin, let me know. Of course, I won't know about every area, but I'll help as much as I can. And stick around and stay tuned for more violin content coming your way from me. Take care.